Hello my gorgeous darlings, welcome back to my channel. I cannot tell you how bloody excited I am right now. Like legit, genuinely excited. As you can see here, and by the title you guys already know, I've purchased an Aritzia bag and I haven't had this bag in many years. When I was younger, Aritzia was all the rage, especially for Canadian girls. So I had always been looking for a vintage version of this bag, a gold Powell TNA bag, because even back then they were limited editions. They weren't the normal Powell bags, because the regular ones were made of cotton and they were available everywhere. So they had these special gold and silver ones, and I think it was around the same time that Louis Vuitton came out with the miroir. It was around the same time, so it was a very trendy kind of color, like to have silver and gold bags at the time. I feel like colors have gotten a lot more muted in fashion over the years, and I really miss having vibrant accessories as part of my wardrobe. But anyway, you know, sometimes you just have that one favorite accessory and you really regret getting rid of that one thing. This was one of those things for me. It has always been my favorite bag ever, and I had regretted even getting rid of my old one many years ago. So when I was searching for it again, just like researching for a second-hand version, I just put TNA gold bag, and then the Aritzia website popped up, and I'm like, what? And I was like, that's my bag. They've re-released it. So this is like a re-edition of a classic by TNA Aritzia, but it looks shinier. The older versions, they were shiny, but they weren't as shiny. These ones look like a mirrored finish on the website, so we're gonna see the differences of the old version and the new version. If you guys have been long-time viewers, you would have seen that I had found a vintage model of the silver version about 6-7 years ago. I will link the video below. I liked it, but I didn't like, it wasn't the same love as I had for my gold one. I just prefer gold bags over silver. Even though I wear both gold and silver, I've always had a soft spot for gold. So, oh my God. It is chrome. It's like the same finish as the Louis Vuitton miroir bags, the Alma and the Speedies that they released around the same time. Oh my God. So the original silver and gold bags were more of a leather finish. They had a sheen, but they weren't, oh my God. Comes with an Aritzia bag. They weren't like this. Oh my God, look how beautiful this finish is. Some people might find it gaudy, but if you're a millennial girl, this runs deep in our like fashion history. Like, this is a classic for us. Look, it comes with a 40 celebration anniversary to have these bags re-released. I'm just in awe right now. Look at the feet. It's so much more beautiful than, I always love the original, but I love this really mirrored, like chromy finish. This mirror finish is absolutely stunning. If I can remember, I feel like it's a little smaller than the original, but that's not a bad thing. The pocket is, I love the front pocket. I always used to put my phone in there when I was younger. Oh my God, look how beautiful. So they've changed the key ring. I actually like this key ring. Look, I'm gonna show it to you. Hold on. The original key ring, just those beaded chains with this on it. So this is actually quite cool that it's an actual, it's an actual lobster-like clasp. It seems high quality. The strap drop is why it's comfortable. If you saw my last video on comfort and travel bags with strap drop, you will know that if it's too short of a strap drop, it's not a comfortable bag. So I can tell you all the differences right now as I see them. The zippers have changed. They used to be rounded zippers, now they are square. Trillium emblem or logo on it is smaller. The craftsmanship seems better, and it seems like this bag will hold up better just because of the way it's stitched in. And I think it looks a lot cleaner and a little more elegant without those rivets. I've always loved how deep the zippers go on the sides of the bag. It makes it a lot easier to get in and out of. The zipper is definitely smoother. It's like butter. The original zippers were a little tough, especially new bags. Okay, and the interior, they've made this taupey color. This is definitely smaller though. A little bit, not by much, but a little bit. So the interior of the original bags used to have a whole organizational area. There were like a place for your pen, lipstick, cards. This one just has a large interior zipped pocket, but it spans across nearly the entire bag. It's definitely a larger interior pocket. Oh, and then there's some organizational slip pockets on the other side, so you can put stuff in there too. And it's a satiny kind of material. It's quite luxurious feeling. The original was more of a cottony material, like nylon-y. I mean, this one is nylon too, but it's more of a shinier kind of, I don't know, it feels like silky. This interior feels silky. The other material also was lined in the Aritzia or TNA logo. So this one just feels like an elevated, more premium, elegant version, I guess, for the millennials like me who've grown up and matured a bit and who want the same bag, but it's actually elevated. It's less juvenile, and I feel like it's a fancier version of the original. This is beautiful. Still has these, but oh my god, I'm super in love with the finish. It's so much more beautiful than I imagined. I can't wait to use her. She will be a perfect travel companion bag. We'll see, get rid of these. Oh my goodness. Look how amazing they have packaged this bag to wrap up the handles. The original price, $128. They were the same price back then. They were always on the pricier end. It's just a bowler bag. For what it is, Aritzia TNA, like, they're more of a casual company. They do have some nice lines, like they have Tallulah and Babaton. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Aritzia, they are a Canadian company, and I'm Canadian, and TNA is one of the brands under them. So I like it because it almost looks like my name, minus one letter. It's a very lightweight bag. I would say it's lighter than the original, but I think it is slightly smaller. I think it's still so generous though. It's perfect for travel, everyday commute. It's definitely more of a grown-up, elegant version of the original. I'm really happy with it. I'm so happy with it. If you ever had this bag, you will know how special this bag is, because even back then, to have the gold and silver versions were like, ooh, she's got one of those. It was like they were even hard to find back then. But I'm really happy. I love that the zippers are so smooth, and I'm happy that at least there's organizational compartments on both sides, even though the original organizational thing is not there. It's still good. At least they still put some organization inside the bag, which I'm really happy with. But I will link the original. I had the silver one, which was the exact same as the gold one, so I will link the original bag below so you can check out the differences. But I couldn't be happier with this bag. I kind of low-key want the silver one now too, because you know, silver and gold go with different things. Like, I think silver looks more like a winter color, while gold looks more like a summer color. Gold will go with most Louis Vuitton bags. Like, I'm thinking for travel, if I don't want to carry my spinner, you could carry this and a spinner, which would be great, but it will also match with any Louis Vuitton bags with the typical gold hardware, like a small little crossbody with the gold hardware. I'm hoping to get a Murakami Speedy. That's another millennial classic that I really want. It's like all the stuff that is getting re-released this year, right? Like all the like staple must-have it bags back then when we were younger are all being re-released and reproduced this year. It's so exciting. Like the Murakami line, I never thought it would be back, and it's back, and that's another thing that was just the most coveted bag ever. I did have a Murakami Ursula that my mom got me when I was younger, and I loved it, but my most coveted bag that I always wanted was the Speedy, and I never had a chance to get my hands on it, and I really want one. So mom says maybe for graduation, maybe we'll see. But that and that together would be so cute, right, to travel with. Because the new Murakami Speedies, they re-released, the white only comes in 25 as of now. The black comes in the 30. Not a huge fan of the black, but the cool thing is if you get a black Murakami and the silver TNA, they'll go together. Because the black Murakami is now made with black leather, black treated leather and silver hardware. It's not as warm as the old versions, where the old versions had the typical vachetta and the gold. I liked that look, but I think the new look is growing on me, especially if you want a different, cooler silver thing. At least there's a Murakami version that will go with silver, whereas before it only went with gold. And of course this will look amazing with any white Murakami pieces because of the gold hardware. I can't be more happy with it. It is such a lightweight bag. It's comfortable. The rolled leather handles are so comfortable on the shoulder. TNA bowler bags were always comfortable because they're made to be toted around the city for hours. I used to carry it to school, to work, wherever. Like, I used to commute for hours around the city all the time. The feet are different too. The surface here is flatter and they're larger, so I guess better protection. Having my hands on this bag after so many years, it's just like unreal. It's absolutely unreal. I'm really, really happy and excited to have this bag. I will show you guys what it looks like. So I do also want to point out, so I've been sharing all the photos and videos of this new bag with my friends, especially with my Canadian friend who had the OG silver one. She's the reason, her name's Angela and I call her Angie. She's the reason why I bought the gold one that many years ago anyway, because we were into all the fashion and this was the it bag in Toronto, Canada at that time. But like I said, the gold and silver versions were already limited and hard to find. So we had the it bag, but it was even nicer than others because they were the gold and silver versions. The normal one looks like this, it's canvas, and they still produce them every year. Normally TNA, which is a brand under Aritzia, will produce the same parkas every year. They will release a new version of it, and they did the same with these Powell bags. But now this bag is called, because for the 40th anniversary of Aritzia, this bag is called the Throwback bag. It's a little more refined looking. It's not as duffly looking, it's more of a beautiful shape, more of a handbag looking style, but it's still large enough to be used as a duffel, an everyday workhorse bag, perfect travel bag, small enough to fit under the seat. And as Angie said, she said Aritzia could have easily used cheaper materials and cut corners to make a cheap version of this bag for nostalgia purposes, but they didn't. They put a lot of thought into the craftsmanship and quality of this bag, and it's so appreciated. And that's why I can't recommend this bag enough to you guys, especially if you are a millennial girl and you're just like, oh my god, this is like a dream come true. I love it. So many greedy, huge, especially large companies like Aritzia will cut corners and just hold back on quality and materials just for the sake of making a bag and to sell. But it's so lovely that you look closely at all the details, all the stitching. Everything has been improved. They didn't just reproduce it exactly the same. They used better materials. It's a lot, even though it looks more structured, it's more pliable and it's softer. It feels so high quality, especially compared to the original version, which was a lot more stiff, more rigid, rough around the edges. The handles don't have chaps anymore. They are tucked in and very well stitched. There's no messy thread. There's nothing. You know, if you think of like old school Louis Vuitton stitching, this bag reminds me of that. They also could have used any zipper. Sometimes zippers are really crap. The old zippers were actually quite stiff and rigid in the beginning. These are smooth. These are smooth like butter when you open them. And that's so rare for a bag. And the inside, like the material feels so nice. It's like very luxurious and satiny. It doesn't have the old logos anymore, but like I said, I think they just wanted to create a more elegant, updated, more mature version of the original. I really love that large zipper. Something I do miss though is that little key fob that they used to have. They used to have this little clip built into the bag where you can attach your keys. They also used to have like a designated lipstick, little neoprene lipstick pocket and like makeup pocket and things for your phone and whatever, like more specific pockets. But now they just have two regular slip compartments. And then I do appreciate this large compartment because the original did not have such a large zipper. This one spans the entire side of the bag, so, and it's deep, so it's actually really nice. So it's not like a huge setback that they've missed, that they didn't add in the little hook key fob. It's still a beautiful bag. Also, they kept the bag charm. The original key rings were just this chain, beaded chain, and this now has this really high quality lobster clasp and an actual key ring where you can actually use it as keys. But it's just beautiful. It looks so much more elegant, and I really couldn't be happier with this bag.